Hey guys, Metal Driver here bringing you another WWE Elite review. Today I'll be looking at Series 79, Bobby Fish. Sides of the box feature an image of Bobby Fish on both sides. The back of the box features an image of Bobby Fish, a brief bio, career highlights, a description of this figure, and the rest of the figures that are in this wave. Bio states, from Saratoga Springs, New York, weight 197 pounds, height 5 feet 10 inches. Career highlights include NXT Tag Team Champion. The description states, representing the Undisputed Era, Bobby Fish and Kyle O'Reilly are the most formidable tag team in NXT, and that's undisputed. Alright, so there was the box. Now before we get into the review, I normally don't pick up NXT figures, but thanks to WWE Figs for suggesting this review. So big shout out to WWE Figs. And if you guys ever want to recommend another review or request a review, you can always do that. I'll do my best to try to acquire the figure and review that for you guys. But without further ado, let's go ahead and open this figure up and take a closer look at Bobby Fish. Alright, and here is Bobby Fish out of the packaging, but first, let's take a look at the accessories that he comes with. So he comes with 2 extra sets of interchangeable hands, which include thumbs up hands, and hands with gestures so that you can do the Undisputed Era gesture. Then he comes with this plastic shirt that's sleeveless. Now we have seen this many times before, so it's nothing special. Not a big fan of this type of shirt. Usually hinders the articulation. Now in a lot of the ones that I've seen, I do believe that they usually have the straps on the side, although this one has it on the back. We have seen that as well. So not a big fan of this, would have preferred a soft goods shirt. But on the front it does say Undisputed Era. It's got their symbol here. Now the lettering looks really good, looks nice and crisp. Paint looks good. Then on the back it says Shock the System, the names of each of the members there. So again, lettering is good, paint is good, so it looks pretty solid. So it's fine for a entrance gear piece. But again, would have preferred a soft goods shirt. Then the other piece of accessory that he comes with is the NXT Tag Team Championship belt, which looks really good. I like this design. The belt looks really solid. Paint looks good. Now the white looks a little bit thick on this WWE logo as opposed to the one over here, so not a big deal. Now we have received NXT Tag Team Championship belts before with the Revival figures, however that was the previous belt design. I do believe that this is the first time we are getting this current design. But again, as I mentioned before, I don't really collect the NXT figures, so if I am wrong, go ahead and let me know in the comments. Alright, then taking a look at the head sculpt. Now I do like the expression on his face. He's got a bug-eyed look. He looks a bit deranged or out of his mind, so good expression. Then looking at the beard, you can tell that they misaligned the paint a bit. So this is where the beard's supposed to end, and then the paint goes above that. So you see that on both sides. Then there's some patchiness here and here as well. So that isn't a difficult fix. It's annoying that it's there. And then this side of the beard looks good. This side as well. And then taking a closer look at the eyes. Painted well for the most part. I can't tell if they're misaligned or if that's how they're supposed to look, but it does play into this deranged look that he has on his face. The eyebrows look decent. There's a little bit of mispaint here on mine. Then there's some added black specks on his forehead at the side here, so that's a little annoying. And then it's a little bit hard to tell, but there is missing black paint right there on his hair. Then looking at the torso, so just a standard torso here, nothing too special. But then on the back, it's got this really cool tattoo, which is painted pretty well. Looks to be nice and clean, no sloppiness. Then he has his armband with the Undisputed Era logo. So this is also painted pretty well. No sloppiness, pretty clean work, so that's good. Then looking at the trunks, he's got camo gear on. So you got this fish logo here, designed pretty well. The camo looks pretty good. Sides look good. Then looking at the back, the line work on the logo looks good. Now it does look like there's some missing paint on the letter N right here. So a little bit of sloppiness there. Then the lettering over here looks a little better. So it says Infamous. So not too bad. Then continuing with the back. Back of the knee pads here are painted pretty well. Back of the boots look good. Then looking at the front of the knee pads, you've got the Undisputed Era logo. So that's painted pretty well. Camo on this knee pad looks good. Boots look pretty good. Does seem to be some fuzzy line work right here on the silver. On the top of the foot, you've got RIP. Painted pretty well. And right here, you got this plus cross, just painted well. Looks good. So overall, good paint work on the body, just a little bit of sloppiness on the head sculpt. But I do like the head sculpt, it looks really good. Alright, going over the articulation, so the head is on a ball joint. So it can go that high up, but it doesn't stay up. He can't go far down at all. It can turn side to side. It can slightly, actually no, it can tilt pretty well. Shoulder has a hinge, which allows it to go that high up. Can rotate all the way around. Bicep swivel, single jointed elbow, swivel and hinge at the wrist. Ab crunch, which allows him to go that far forward, that far back. He has a waist swivel. A ball joint at the hips, which allows him to go really far out. It can go that high up, which is actually really high. He has a thigh cut, double jointed knees, a cut at the top of the boot. He has a hinge at the ankle, which allows it to go that far up, that far down, and he does have some ankle pivot. Alright, so what are my thoughts on the new Elite 79 Bobby Fish figure? I think it's a pretty good figure. I think if you're a fan of Bobby Fish or the Undisputed Era, you're definitely going to want to pick this up. And I definitely recommend it if you are a fan of that or of NXT. I do like the accessories that he comes with. I'm not a fan of plastic shirts, although this shirt fits pretty well and it looks good on him. I love how he comes with the current NXT Tag Team Championship belt, and he comes with a slew of interchangeable hands. Now, it does suck that, due to the nature of Elite figures having limited shoulder and arm articulation, you can't really do the correct Undisputed Era pose. It's about as best as I can do with his single-jointed elbows and lack of a butterfly joint. But despite that, I think it looks really good. Plus, I do believe that Kyle O'Reilly is coming out in Series 80, so you can get the other Tag Team Championship belt, and he will look really good next to this figure. So if you like this review, go ahead and hit that like button. If you're new to the channel, subscribe so you can see more WWE Elite reviews. Follow me on social media so you can keep up to date with all my wrestling figure photography. And I'll see you next time.